And the scamming never stops. We have more fake commission live 2D scam accounts. And interestingly, these two situations that I'm going to talk about have been pointed out by Twitter users. So this first one is tweeted out by Baba Yaga, who goes with the Twitter handle Baba_Yaga011. Hashtag scammer alert at Mia_live2D. This account, Mia Live 2D, is a scam account. It is using stolen art to fraud VTubers. The art is stolen from Google. So here we have a screenshot with Mia stating, "Hi, I'm a live 2D rigger artist and my comms are open and would love to rig your live 2D model in my style. So let's get in touch and have a detailed talk in DM." And here's a screenshot when they went and reverse image searched, and oh, that doesn't seem to be like original work. So over here, we have Mia's account. And again, let me re-emphasize, do not send hate to these creators. Honestly, these are probably just bots. I'm gonna be real. So here it reads, Mia Live 2D VTuber artist. She, her, illustrator Live 2D rigger, fan arts, Twitch stuff, commissions open, DM for more inquiries, Pennsylvania, USA, join October 2021. They follow 1,000 over accounts, but only have 300 followers, which is again not a big deal, right? We've seen these before. I do think again it is interesting that they offer commissions allegedly, but do not have a card link, do not have a profile link, not really a price sheet or any place we can kind of look to see examples of past work besides scrolling through their Twitter. So here they have a pinned tweet that says, "Hiya everyone, check out this sketch of my latest art piece. My commission slots are still open. Reach out if you're interested," with a lot of hashtags. So this is the art piece in question with a lot of preview watermarks over it. And then they have another post stating, "Hi, I just finished the spooky Halloween art. I'm excited to share it with you all. Plus, I currently have commission slots open. If you're interested in getting your own custom Halloween art piece, let me know." Now, this is where it gets kind of interesting. So here we have a Twitter user called Pessy writing, "Thanks a lot, Mia, for the profile photo. Her commissions are open for those wondering." And Mia says, "Thanks." And if you click this, here is the profile photo in question. In a little bit interesting, if we do look at the hand here, second finger is behaving in a really, really odd manner here. But this piece isn't really giving me AI art vibes. It is just giving beginner artist vibes. But if you go to this account, that is the profile photo, but this is a brand new account that was made April 2024 with no post on it, except for one post shouting out the artist. The only person that follows them is Mia, and they just follow Rockstar Games and Wuthering Waves. Are they a real account? They could be, but there's nothing else on this account. So they have another alleged commission, character art piece done for my Discord client. Thanks for the chance, slots are open. Here is their character art. To me, this raises red flags. I'm not saying this to try to critique the art style in any way, but there's just a huge amount of inconsistencies between the art. Between this one, look at the hands. Look at how janky this finger is. This art piece uses entirely one line weight, which is something you would typically see of somebody who is newer to art. Nothing wrong with that. I've done that before too. And this piece looks a lot more polished, a lot more established, proper hands. So I just think that quality difference between the two is quite interesting, especially because the quality piece, quote unquote, came first. And then they have a whole bunch of posts where they kind of just retweet and engage with like random stuff and VTubers. But if you go under their media, this is where things get interesting. Here you can see under Syfy's post stating they're looking for a live 2D rigger, you can see Mia is dropping a post being like, "Hi, I'm a live 2D rigger artist and my comms are open." That was the one that we first read. And this is what they claim to have rigged. Under somebody else's post stating that they're looking for live 2D animators, Mia claims that the commissions are open, they'd love to make them arts, with this post implying that this is a piece they've made. Under somebody else's post that they are interested and their commissions are open, with this post. And they also claim to be able to draw in this very like esports style. Somebody else, Arcos draws, stating, "Looking for artists for a VTuber model to Japan. I have an idea, etc. Looking for commissions." Mia says, "Hi, if you're looking for legit VTuber artists, so sure I could help you out with it." With this. Again, let me just point out already the quality difference between the pieces. As an artist, you know, over time you grow, you get better. There will be improvements in your new art, but such drastic quality differences between the pieces tells me that this is all not done by the same person. And if you look at the comments, nobody agrees, right? Nobody agrees that this is Mia's art. Jinlo-san says, "Looking for legit VTuber art? Yeah, sure. If you're looking for legit VTuber art, please look KZ draws for the credit of this model. This clown took 30 seconds to copy and paste a lie. Mama KZ spends real time and dedication to make her model." Why don't I see it? So this is KZ Draws, the artist that made that model. If you go over to their portfolio, it says KZ is a freelance artist who specializes in animes and styled character designs, as well as VTuber models and illustrations. And would you look here, the model that KZ made. Here's another art piece this Mia person claims to have made for Sona, or this like headshot, right? Again, this is just odd to me because people typically specialize in their art. So people who draw furry characters will sometimes draw other things as well, right? But typically people have specializations, and if you do dabble in furry art, that typically is the main thing you create. So I just think it's interesting how they do apparently VTuber models plus esports style Sonic drawings, furry art plus animations, plus such drastic different styles for VTuber models and anime style illustrations. And apparently they make furry VR models as well. If you scroll further down their media, it gets even more weird. They are called Mia Live 2D, right? If you scroll down a little bit, their profile changes so much. They originally went by the handle Kira_GFX. They have a really kind of like AI bot caption stating design creates culture, culture shapes values, values determines the future. If you guys want anything related to graphics, I'll do it for you at a reasonable rate, with a photo of allegedly them, right? They have like more photos and videos if you scroll down of who they claim to be, with examples of logos they've made people. But then if you go down a little bit more, they apparently do NFTs. Hey fam, need NFTs? Consider me. I'll surely make something dope for you at reasonable rates. Another one where they're like, if you want 3D cartoons, hit me up ASAP. And the art style is just all over the place again. They do these types of illustrations as well as these emote styles, but also a very esports style piece. It's just very odd to me. Either this account was hacked and it was owned by somebody else originally, or it's just a scam account that's been rebranded over and over again by some bots. And that is the first rabbit hole to go down. The second one is tweeted by this person called Baz, who goes by Orengue_Baz, writing, at Amelia Aria 5 is a dirty art scammer. Imagine needing to steal art to be able to make a living. Go get a job or something, loser. OP says, who are you and why are you messaging me? Amelia says, well, I'm here to introduce myself if you allow me to do so. And OP says, sure, I guess, but why are you messaging me? And yeah, by the way, I'm just saying, typically if people message you unprompted out the gate like this, there's nothing good that's gonna come out of it. Amelia says, basically the thing is that I'm a paid multimedia designer and a university student, and currently I'm looking for some commissions to bear my university fees. So if you don't mind, can I show you some of my recent creativities? OP says, sure. I would have ended that right there. That is how all the scammers start their messaging. So they send screenshots or like proof of their work, and just take a look right now. Like on first glance, the art style is so different. All these VTubers plus like a very cheapy style VTuber and also a very anime style VTuber and much more esports looking graphics and these illustrations as well. And Amelia says, these are some of my recent designs. Your art style looks like it changes a lot. One sec. What's your Twitter account? I might follow you. And Amelia links it. And that's the Amelia Aria 5 account. OP says, also, what's your method for drawing anatomy? I'm new to character art, so it'd be really cool if you could help me. And Amelia says, nothing much, just some experience and good setup for designing. Which is like the most vague non-artist answer. That's the most non-answer ever. And then in reply to OP stating, I'm new to character art, so it'd be really cool if you could help me, Amelia says, by the way, if you say I can design one for you. And then OP says, sure, but you wouldn't happen to know who Starlight Artworks is, would you? And then Amelia, in responding to the other comment, sure, says, yeah, but before we move forward towards the requirements, I'll have to clear one thing, that I'm a commissioned artist, so I can't design it for free. Just letting you know, because a lot of people think that art is for free. And then in response to the Starlight Artworks, Amelia says, I don't know who she is. And OP says, yeah, you should keep track of who you steal art from next time. And this is the Amelia Aria page. It's always some red flags, and this account already gives me a bunch of red flags, right? They use the exact same profile photo as their banner. There's nothing wrong with that on its own, just that a lot of these scam accounts tend to do that. And I think that it's a little bit odd to have the same art you repeat, because if you're an artist, typically you have made enough pieces of your OC or yourself so that you can have multiple pieces to work with. Your social pages does kind of serve as a portfolio in its own right. Also, they state they're an illustrator, live 2D and 3D modeling with rigging. It's again the artist who does a lot, the jack of all trades. Again, it is possible for a genuine artist to have such a wide skill set. Typically, they're much older, much more experienced, and they can have a lot to show for it. For a brand new artist to have such a one with, I guess, not much social presence, to have such a wide variety of skill set does trigger a little bit of a red flag, because typically people specialize. No website linked here, no portfolio linked here, no commission rate sheet linked here, nothing for us to go off of Twitter to look at examples of their art, etc. So here is somebody called Zaid posting that they have a new banner and stream overlays from Amelia. So Amelia says, thank you so much for the shadow. I'm really glad you love the overlays and stuff designed for you. It was an amazing pleasure bringing your vision to life. So here's the overlay, panels, and overlay, stream overlay. This case is actually interesting because this person has done commissions, right? Like this one, they did deliver a completed piece. That what in the AI tarnation is the background? Do I even need to point out to you again? The lines don't even match up properly. If you look at the fine details, they don't really make sense. What is going on here? Are these like old kitchen sinks are these old stovetops. I don't really know what's happening back here. And then they also do these types of black and white sketches, apparently. Their updated profile photo, which is... I'm actually not really getting AI vibes from this piece specifically. It's just odd because it's like crop off part of their head to me gives me like a huh. So yes, this is one of those cases where if you look at it, right, like this person has actually completed commission. They're not necessarily going to scam you and not give you any money. They allegedly have been baiting with artwork that is not theirs. And again, it's just the variety of quality in their alleged artwork is just really all over the place, right? We have this post where Amelia is stating, opening model commissions, hurry up and hit me up in the DMs. But if you look at the models, right, let me pause the wavy background because it's making my eyes trip up a little bit. They're all really, really different looking. The quality between the pieces is quite different. And the style between the pieces are also very, very different as well. And these two don't even give me VTuber vibes. These are just anime art. But yeah, again, the final thing I want to point out is just the big difference, you know? There is this piece that they allegedly made for somebody called Saka Boboza. And look at this graphic. Wow, this is really giving like desktop wallpaper, book cover vibes. And then this was a piece that they submitted to somebody. Nothing wrong, again, if your art looks like this, okay? Like we all have different art styles, etc. I'm just saying that the difference between pieces that they have claimed themselves to have made is just so big that I, again, have a hard time believing they made all of it. And again, this one's a very interesting scenario where, again, they did actually do commissions for people. In my personal opinion, I have a feeling this is a scenario, and this is my tinfoil hat theory, I have to say that so I don't get sued, that they claim to have made artwork that they have yoinked off of other people, right? And they are like, this is my art, even though it isn't. And then they do that to get people to commission them because they see the pretty art and they're like, I want this. And then the art that they actually deliver is of a different quality. They are using somebody else's art and claiming it's theirs. And then they kind of like bait and switch. This is a tactic that some of these like commission scammers will do because you did technically receive the art, but I would still argue that it would be considered a potential scam. You were presented artwork of a certain quality and that's not really what you got. I did some digging and I think the rabbit hole goes a little deeper than this. Again, OP referenced this person called Starlight Artworks and claimed that Amelia had stolen their art, right? Stolen Starlight's art. Now, I went to Starlight's page just to take a look, and there's some red flags for me here for Starlight. I was like, oh boy. So first, let's take a look at the illustrations, okay? These are the illustrations. These illustrations are all in very similar quality, you know, like kind of like a similar style. This one is a little bit different, but maybe their style changed, you know? Like all of these pieces basically uses a fair amount of airbrushing, but this piece doesn't really in the character. Now, they also have sketches as well that they do. And I would say some sketches do look different than others, but we can, again, you know, chalk it up to maybe like different style, like they're trying out a new brush. And then we look at the banners. And this is where I got a little like, wait, what? Right? Because this is a full-on illustration. And this piece has a watermark in the corner. And it's not Starlight. And by the way, if you know any of the original artists for the art pieces that I'm showing, please let me know. I'm trying really hard on my end to track down the artist, but Google reverse image search is like not bringing up a lot of these pieces. And I honestly think a big issue is just due to the huge influx of AI art that's been going on. When I'm trying to reverse image search these pieces, a lot of AI art that matches the similar color palette now show up, which is really annoying. Like I'm trying to search for this piece, and then as we look here, it's just all AI art of red-haired dudes with fire. But I'm just saying, I feel like you don't need to be a genius to know this watermark doesn't say Starlight art. And then there's this piece. And again, I just want to point out just the difference between the two pieces, the styling difference between the two, right? Like the style is completely different. And then we have some thumbnails claimed to have made, and animations, and motion graphics, and VTuber models. So again, this Starlight art is also expressing a lot of things that indicate, hey, they're claiming they can do everything. And again, there are artists who can do a lot. You almost rarely see them though. They typically specialize in a few things. People who specialize in motion graphics typically mainly do motion graphics, VFX, editing, etc. They don't typically delve into the illustration side of things. People who specialize in thumbnails can illustrate too, but it's not really their main shtick. People who do VTuber models, like 2D VTuber models, they don't really do motion graphics. Like this person just claims to be doing too much. And a big one is this piece here. This VTuber model is Nanashi Yuki, and they do have a Twitter. So this is Nanashi Yuki, and they are a Chinese VTuber who also does speak English as well. And they're like a Chinese mermaid VTuber. And they have a chibi model. And this is the design for their model. And the artist for their model, my Chinese reading is so doo-doo, I'm so sorry, is this person from Klebo. And this is their live 2D rigger, also from Klebo. So neither of these people are Starlight Arts. The person who made the art and the rigger are not Starlight Arts. And again, Starlight claims to be able to do 3D furry art is another kind of specialization that you typically don't see people do this many. And they also make streaming graphics as well, allegedly. More streaming graphics, VFX borders, and they claim to do emotes and animated emotes. That's why, to me, again, it rings a red flag. But this rabbit hole gets even deeper, okay? Because this is the Starlight Artworks Twitter page. And their Twitter page follows a lot of red flags that we see with these accounts, okay? 3D artist or 3D designer. We see this type of location tag or work tag a lot with these scam accounts, okay? Again, if you look over here, we have a link tree. So I'm guessing that does link to the page where we're looking at their site. If you scroll down on their page, you know, they've also done commissions for people, allegedly. But if we go further down, this is where it gets interesting. Here we have a Twitter user, Final Fantasy Arts, on October 4th, stating, huge shout out to the amazing streaming pack that's elevating my streams to new heights. Camera emoji, camera emoji. Heartfelt thanks to you, Starlight Art 1, for crafting this incredible pack just for me. Let's keep raising the bar. So all of these emojis and everything is giving very ChatGPT, especially the duplication of the same emoji. This overlay is for somebody called the Poke Paradise, not somebody called Fantasy Artistry. Like, this is for somebody who does Pokemon content. Not saying Fantasy Artistry maybe doesn't have like a side thing where they like Pokemon, right? But it's just a bit odd. And then if we go to the Final Fantasy Artistry account, boy oh boy, right? Look at the location tag. Same thing. 3D artist or 3D designer. And they only have 2 posts. One post, Starlight for a commission, and then one post, art is the heartbeat of storytelling, and these characters are the voice. Now take a look at this art piece. Why does this art piece's style look so similar to Starlight's style? I'm not saying multiple people can't have the same art style, but it's just weirdly similar. And if you look at the Final Fantasy art accounts, they follow all of these like bot accounts, and all the bot accounts follow them back. It's literally 1-to-1. So that's weird. So after looking at all of this, I don't know where this rabbit hole ends. And I wish I could give a conclusive answer. Like, this is the end of it. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know, right? I've gone down multiple of these sort of like VTuber bot scam Twitter accounts, and this one is equally as weird. What brings the final question in this whole Amelia / Starlight / the Final Fantasy art saga is, whose art is it then? Because a lot of these pieces, I could not find it. Google reverse image search, at least for me, wasn't bringing up anybody. So are these original pieces? But then it was really weird that the Final Fantasy account has a really similar art style to this style specifically. And then all of these bot accounts also have the same sort of sketching style, right? With the really, really white paper, this type of sketching that they do with like the 1 line thickness. Whose art is this? There's a watermark. This is clearly stolen. I couldn't find who any of these art pieces belong to. My reverse image search was acting up today for some reason, but the rabbit hole for this goes quite deep. The biggest thing, guys, protect yourselves if you are looking to commission. Please stay safe. Please protect yourself. My biggest thing, if somebody approaches you asking you to commission them, that to me is a red flag. I definitely would not trust that. Make sure you look through their art pieces to look at whether the art style looks consistent across their pieces or not, and if they have testimonials from verifiable sources. Testimonials from another bot account doesn't unfortunately cut it. But to wrap things up on a bright note, I have some cool free art that somebody has made. So this is Anne, and they go by the Twitter handle Annie Alex, if I'm reading it correctly. Anna, and they use they, she pronouns. And they said, hi, I made some free Twitch assets on my coffee. And if we go to their coffee, wow, they have amazing free assets. Look at this Farina themed Twitch panels, animated Nuvolette dragon. I'm so sorry, I'm not saying that right. Especially these slime badges. Those slime badges are adorable. So they have all of this really cute free artwork that you can go use. I'll have their coffee link down below, so if you would like to go and check them out, please do. And again, if you like this video, I'd appreciate it if you'd like to subscribe, and also don't forget to check me out on Twitch. I do stream there 3 days a week, Mondays, Wednesdays, Saturdays at 6 p.m. PST. Catch you guys there or in another one of my videos.